formulas for chapter 3? 10. 10. There we go. The first one, find the y-intercept. I'm going to underline important information. Y-intercept, axis of symmetry, and the vertex. They really just ask for the x-coordinate of the vertex. We're going to find the whole thing. Okay? How do you find the vertex? What's the formula?
Negative b over 2a.
Negative b over 2a, and then how do you find this guy?
Plug it in.
You plug in. Okay? Now, how do you find the axis of symmetry? Axis of symmetry is that vertical line that goes straight up and down. How do you find that thing, where he's located?
Y value it goes to, which is y equals that number,
The x, whatever x value it is. So it's like x equals negative b over 2a. It's whatever that is. That's where your straight up and down vertical line is located. Okay? And then the y-intercept, how do you know what the y-intercept is?
whatever the last number on your...
The last number is, so if I have ax squared plus bx plus c, the c is the y-intercept. Okay? That's where he comes from. Okay? Or you can just plug zeros in for the x's, whatever. Okay? So c is your y-intercept. Okay? Do you want to see that done with number 1, or is that good enough?
Just keep going.
What? Good. Move on. Okay. You can ask me questions later, too. Now, this next one. Determine whether it has a maximum or a minimum. How do I know whether it has a maximum or a minimum? Yeah. Figure out if it's smiley or frowny. So, number 2, is he going to smile or frown?
Frown.
He's going to smile, right? It's positive x squared. He's going to smile. What about 3?
Frown.
Negative. He's going to frown. So, this one's going to have a, number 2 is going to have a minimum. We're going to find out where. And number 3 is going to have a maximum. Okay? Now, we need to find those places where they have a maximum and minimum, but also we need to do domain and range. So I'm going to put like a little thing here for domain and range. I'll do number 2 with you, but 3 you'll have to do by yourself. How do I find out where that absolute lowest point is? Wherever the vertex is. So we're finding the vertex again. Negative b over 2a, and then you plug in. So negative b over 2a for this function, what's b? 2. So negative 2 over 2 times 1. Okay, which is negative 1. Okay, negative 1 comma something. I need to plug that negative 1 back in. Negative 1 squared plus 2 times negative 1 minus 8. Somebody tell me what that gives you.
1 minus 2.
1 minus, or 1
-5.
should be negative 9, I think. 1 minus 2 minus 8?
Negative 9.
Negative 9. So my minimum is at negative 9. The absolute lowest spot is at negative 9, right? Do you want one of these haircuts and have any here?
No, I won't.
Wow.
Okay, whatever.
My name's already on it. Yeah, you can write on
Just
mine.
put your name on this. Okay, domain and range. So this is what this looks like. If negative 9 is my lowest point, that means negative 9 is here. Okay? Domain and range. Domain is the x's. So this parabola, what x's is he going to touch, left and right?
Wait, how do we get -9?
This is the absolute lowest point. We plugged it back in and we found negative 9. Negative 1, negative 9 was the max. That was the vertex. Negative 1, negative 9. So the absolute minimum is the lowest point, which is at negative 9. Yeah? Okay? Now, domain. Domain is the x's. So what x values will this parabola touch left and right?
All of them.
All of them. He'll go left and right forever, right? So all reals. Now the range is what goes up and down. Will he go up forever?
Yeah.
Will he go down forever? What's the absolute lowest he goes?
Negative 9.
Negative 9. So the y's are greater than or equal to negative 9. He's above negative 9. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay, great. Now, these ones right here, number 4, 5, and 6, you're going to have to make a table. Go back up. I'm going to keep talking. 4, 5, 6, you're going to make a table. X, Y, X, Y, X, Y. Okay? And please look at your graph of what you're plugging in. Okay? Look at your graph of what you're plugging in before you plug in numbers, right? Because I don't want to plug in like -4 because it's completely off my graph, right? So let's plug in some nice numbers here. What numbers do you think would be nice to plug in? But 2 is off. Yeah, 2 is off my graph. Let's do like -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. You can judge from there and see if you need more than that, right? Because maybe you'll need more than that. Okay. What are we looking for here? The what? The y's. Yeah, you're going to plug in the y's, but what are you looking for besides that? What does it say? Solve each equation. What's the solution? The x-intercepts. You're looking for x-intercepts. So list the x-intercepts, where they are. Okay? List the x-intercepts for each one. Yeah? You're plotting or plugging those points in, and you are finding the y's, and you're trying to find the x-intercepts. Okay? Now, what are some nice numbers to plug in for number 5? Should we do the same ones? -1, -2, -3, -4, -5?
I guess.
I'm just looking and seeing that my graph is all to that side. So -1 through -5. Perfect. Okay. What numbers do you want to plug in on this number 6? Positive 1 through 5? You can plug in -1 through 3. That's fine. Okay. You will know after you plot the points whether you did enough points. And if you didn't do enough points, then just add another point, right? Okay. If you can't see your entire parabola, you didn't do enough points, right? Okay. So adjust your numbers after you plot them, yeah? And again, you're trying to write the x-intercepts. So plot the graph and then find where he crosses, yes? Okay. Now down here, simplifying. These 7 through 12 are the i's.
I love eyes, but I forgot how to do them.
You love eyes, but you forgot how to do them. Okay, you're gonna remember right now. Okay? The 2 things to remember. What does I mean? It's imaginary, but it is the
Square root of -1.
square root of -1. Okay? Then what is I squared equal to? I squared is just -1. I squared is just -1. Okay? Is there any on 7 through 12 that you really look like you want to do them?
7. And
7.
7?
8, 9.
Okay, oh, just wait, just wait. Shh, just wait.
7 and 9.
Okay, 7. I to the 55th power. I don't know what I to the 55th power is. I do know what I squared is, though. So how can I get I squared to become 55? Or
Just go all the
close
way
to
up
55?
stop.
Times it by...
Let's go to 54.
Hey, does 55 divide by 2 evenly?
No.
No, let's do 54, though. You said 54. What, how many times do I have to take 2, or times 2 to get 54? What do I take times 2 to get 54? 27. So this is to the 27th power, but that will only give me 54.
And then you put plus
Times
I.
another I to the first power. Times another I to the first power, yeah? I hang one off to the side. Hang one off to the side. Okay, I to the second power is -1, right? And if I take -1 times itself 27 times,
You should get 27 9. Oh, wait.
-1 times itself 27 times. -1, -1, -1, -1, 27 times.
Oh, you should get -1.
It's still going to be negative, right? But then I have -1 times I.
Oh, so it's going to be 1. Or negative I.
Negative I. -1 is here. I is here. So negative I. Good? Questions? Okay, now, on number 8, what are you doing on number 8?
And dot.
Nope. Well, kind
Oh,
of,
you're
yeah.
going to foil.
You're not foiling. You are subtracting here. You are subtracting here, but before you subtract, you need to distribute the negative. Yeah? Okay? Can you do that one by yourself? Yes? What are you doing on number 9?
Adding.
You're adding. So you're just basically combining like terms. Okay? What are you doing on number 10 and number 11? Multiplying. So that means
That's foil.
foil. I cannot tell you how many times people will look at like number 8 and start foiling that.
That's
You're subtracting. You're just combining like terms. You distribute the negative and combine Or like number 9, people start foiling that a lot.
Okay, what about 12?
Okay?
I mean,
Number
it's
12.
not similar.
Okay.
Isn't it just square or
Like
6
6i.
The square root of 36 and the square root of negative 1 is 6 and I. Is it positive and negative?
Yeah? No.
Plus and minus?
No, because we didn't
We didn't put the square root in there. It was already there. So we're automatically assuming it's a positive. So it is positive 6i. Okay? Number 13 and 14 and 15 are all very similar. I'll do one of those. Which one?
14.
14? Okay. No, I don't want to do 14 because 14 comes out nicely. Do a different one. 15 doesn't come out nicely. Okay. 15. I'm wanting you to choose the hardest one. 14 is an easy one. Okay. 15. I want to get m by itself. What do you move? Plus 6. Negative 2m squared equals 6. Woo, that's really fuzzy. Okay, I bumped the 6 to the other side. And then what? Divide by negative 2. What is 6 divided by negative 2? Negative 3. And then what? Take the square root. Okay, what's the square root of negative 3? I times the square root of 3 and plus and minus. Plus and minus. Okay? Does that make sense? 3 does not come out nicely, so you just leave it in the square root. Yeah? Okay? And we put the square root there, so it's plus minus. Good? All right, 16, 17. I'll do 16. So this means that x equals 0 and x equals 3. Okay? What do they look like as the factors?
X
Oh, x plus 0, x plus 3.
minus.
Or x
Minus. X minus 0, x minus 3. Yeah? Okay? Now what do I do? I'm working backwards.
Foil.
Now I FOIL. To put it back together, I FOIL. Okay? X times x is x squared. X times negative 3. Negative 0 times x is minus 0x. And 0 times 3 is still 0. So when I combine stuff, what do I have?
You got x minus 3x.
X squared minus 3x. That's it. Okay? Now, you could have x minus 0 is just x, right? If you just lump off the 0 to start with and distribute the x, you're fine. Okay? That would have been an easier way of doing that. Okay? So 17 is just like that. Good? Yes? Ready to go to the back?
Can I go to the restroom? No.
You're going to miss stuff. Okay. 18 through 25 is another section by itself. You're factoring. Okay, you're factoring on 18 through 25. So there are 4 ways of factoring. I give you 2 of each. Okay?
On the test.
I won't give you that many on the test, no, but I'll give you 1 of each, probably. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. What are the ways of factoring?
Greatest common factor.
Okay, greatest common factor. I heard like 3 of them already.
Simple trinomial.
Simple trinomial.
Greatest common square. Oh, wait, no. What's the difference in square, right?
A complex trinomial and a difference of squares. Complex trinomial and a difference of squares. Okay? Really quick. Do this. On your paper. 18 through 25. There are 2 of each. Label them. Which one is which? Go.
Yeah.
Start labeling. Which ones are which?
Is a simple trinomial the ones that have like plus and minus in between?
A simple trinomial is one that has 3 pieces, but nothing in front of the x squared. That makes sense? So which one has 3 pieces and has nothing in front of the x squared?
There's 3 of them.
There's 2 of them.
So is it 18 and 24?
24 has a 2 in front of it.
Oh, wait, no, yeah.
Okay? Figure out which ones are which. I think they go in pairs. Do they go in pairs? Yeah, I think they do. So I didn't plan that very well, but whatever, it's fine.
Wait, so what's the...
I'm going to label mine. So you can look up at mine when you're done. There you go. Okay. Now, don't just leave those as labels. You have to actually factor them down. Okay. Do you need to see one of them?
Yes.
Yeah?
One of
Let me see
each.
one of each. I don't know if we're gonna have time to do one of
Just
each.
keep going.
The two middle, DCF, and
Yeah.
difference of squares.
Yes.
Which one? 20, 21.
21 and 22.
21.
No,
Just do one of
21.
each.
21. Okay, 21. What are you pulling out? What are you gonna pull out on 21? What are you gonna pull out on 21? Take out an X. That's all you can pull out. Did you just say that? Pull out an X. What's left over if you take out X out of 7X squared? 7X minus 4 equals 0. And then what? X equals 0 and 7X minus 4 equals 0. So this one's already answered. X equals 0. But how do I solve for this X?
Plug in 0.
Nope.
Never mind.
Add 4. 7X equals 4. Divide by 7. X equals 4 over 7. Woo. You don't remember, do you? 23. Do you want 23 or 22? 23. Okay. 23. Can you take the square root of both of those? Yes. What's the square root of 16x? 4x and 4x. So what's the square root of 169? 13 and 13. And one of them is plus and one of them is minus. Okay. Now, let's do 4x plus 13 equals 0. Then what? Minus 13. 4x equals negative 13 and divide by 4. So x is negative 13 over 4. Okay, now what's the answer going to, what's the other answer going to be?
Positive and negative.
X equals positive 13 over 4. If I would do the other one, which I'm not going to, because it's going to be the same thing. If I would do the other one and set that equal to 0, it would be the other one. Positive 13 over 4. Yeah?
Yeah.
Good? Okay? All right. So there's more than just those. All right? If you need to, look back at your notes. There's some wonderful examples in your notes that we all did together, I'm sure. Okay? 26, 27, 28. That is the square root property. Which one? 26? Great, 26. Okay. This piece right here. What can you multiply to get 16, but when you add them, give you 8?
4.
4 and 4, right? X plus 4 squared. X plus 4 squared equals 1. Then what? Do the square root. So x plus 4 equals, what's the square root of 1? What times itself will give you 1? 1. This is positive and negative 1.
Oh.
And then what? Minus 4 minus 4. So x equals 1 minus 4, which is negative 3. And x equals negative 1 minus 4, negative 5. Okay?
What lesson is that?
That is the same lesson as completing the square. Whichever one that was. 2-5 maybe? Okay. Completing the square. 29, 30, 31. Do you want one of those?
31.
Yeah, 31.
31? Okay. You're going to bump 19 to the other side. Okay. Now, what can you add to itself to get negative 14? 7. But
Both negative.
they're both negative. X minus 7. Okay. Now, What's negative 7 times negative 7? It goes in the blank. 49. 49. And 49. Okay? So, what's negative 19 plus 49? 30. Now I'm in the same spot I was up here. Take the square root. Does the square root of 30 come out nicely? No. So what do? Plus and minus the square root of 30. And then what? I don't think the square root of 30 even breaks down. Okay, add 7. X equals.
Plus and minus 7. 30.
Now the plus and minus goes in front of the square root of 30.
Yeah.
So 7 plus and minus the square root of 30. Beautiful. Okay? Good, good? I know, I'm sorry. Okay, which one? 32, 33, 34?
33.
43.
33 is going to be easy. Once you move the 3x to the other side. 34? 34? This one's probably the hardest one, 34. A, find the discriminant. B squared minus 4AC. Okay, what's B up there? 9 squared minus 4 times A is 3, C is negative 2. Okay? So I've got 81 plus 24. 81 plus 24. 105. Okay, what does that tell me for part B? Describe how many solutions. 105 is a positive number.
So there's one solution, right?
What?
2.
Should we write that over here? If it's positive, there's 2 solutions. If it's a negative, there is no solution. If it's 0, there is 1 solution. Okay, so this is 2 solutions. And then C.
105 is the answer to A.
105 is the answer to A. Yeah. The answer to B is 2 solutions. The answer to C, find the exact solutions by using the quadratic formula.
I love this.
Okay, so negative B, what's B?
9.
Plus and minus the square root of
4.
105. We already did that, right?
Oh, yeah.
All over 2A. What's 2 times A?
2 times 3 is
6. Okay, let's just leave him like this.
Okay.
Let's just leave him like that. I think does 105 break down?
No.
Yeah, probably. You can just leave him like that.
It's too big for
If you leave him like that on the test, I will accept it. If you want to break him down,
Can
great.
you write down the formula?
It's negative b plus times square root of b squared minus 4. Okay, if you didn't understand that fast, it's in your notes. Go through it.
Bo, are you in that bad mood too? Oh my gosh, I'm going to
Okay? I don't know why I have 235, but one of them is supposed to be 36. Whatever. Okay, 35, 36, 37. Those are the ones that we just got done doing, basically. Just got done doing. You want me to go through those? No? Yeah? 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 Which one? You guys don't have to listen. What? 35. The first 35 is one. Graph? Okay. Vertex. Zeros. Y-intercepts. What's the y-intercept? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know that for sure. Okay. Now this guy, the vertex, negative b over 2a, negative 4 over 2 times 1. What's that give you? Negative 2. And if you plug that back in, negative 2 squared plus 4 times negative 2. Sorry. If I zoom it in, it quits being blurry. Ha. 4 minus 8 plus 5, 1. Negative 2, 1. Negative 2, comma 1. Okay? And then I put a dot over here also, because it's going to go the same on the other side. And look at that, I didn't screw up. Wow. Okay? Do you shade inside or outside? Y is greater than. Inside. Inside. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay?
There's no zero.
What? There's no zeros, correct? Correct. You know what? If you do the quadratic formula on this guy, you would end up with an I. Because there are no zeros. And the discriminant would be negative.
Thank goodness we're not high.
So you know now. Okay? Good? Fabulous. Fabulous.
Wait, can we